Today's sponsor of the Vision Quest podcast is 920 Hat Company. Leather patch hats are in, and 920 Hat Company is here to hook you up with your very own custom hat. All patches are lasered on top-grade genuine leather and on popular brand hats like Richardson and FlexFit. Whether you're looking to show off your business or want a one-of-a-kind hat for yourself, 920 Hat Company can do it all. All the hats are handcrafted right in the Fox Valley, but worn across America. With over 500 hats in stock, they guarantee fast turnaround times. Honestly, Liam, looking at these hats, solid, right?
Yeah, they're pretty. I like them.
I like that patch itself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one-of-a-kind stuff. I know his name's Trevor. He does great work. He's actually gotten I think we got a knit hat coming.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we got that coming. So we're really excited to have these guys on board as a sponsor. So get down to check them out on Facebook. I believe they're on Instagram. Check them out, man. They got the best hats, I think, in the Fox Valley, if not in the state.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So get down to 920 Hat Company on social media and check them out. Alrighty, folks, we are back for another week of the Cav Corner. Don't stress, don't be concerned. We'll always have it out well before the duel, even if it's a couple hours, right? Or even if it's the day before, whatever. Obviously a rough week last week, was not fun. But it happens, right? So when I preview these, I don't watch the opponent. I don't go and watch how those guys have been doing, because in essence, I mean, that's what we tell wrestlers, right? Don't worry about the other guy. And we shouldn't. We should really be going in, focusing on ourselves, focusing on and I've said it before, focusing on the things that you need to get better at going into the postseason. So with that being said, it was a rough week. Yeah, it happens. I think And because I'm a Wisconsin native, I'm going to go ahead and put this out this way. I think we're in better condition than what the Badgers are, but that's neither here nor there. That's a whole other topic, and maybe we'll talk about that on the Vision Quest podcast. But right now we're talking about the Cavaliers, baby. And we're still plagued by a little bit of sickness, right? We got some guys that are out. I'm not going to name who, but we got some guys that are down, which is fine. It's that time of the year, right? I mean, whether you get vaccinated or get a shot or not. I mean, I was not a shot guy just because I pass out from needles. So big, bad, tough guy right here, afraid of needles. And I actually pass out with my own blood, but these guys are sick. It's part of the season, right? And to me, and we've even said it to the high school guys, and I say it to my soccer team to this again. I'm like repeating myself. I don't like repeating myself, but we're saying this is all a workout for the end of the season, right? These guys don't have dual tournaments. Yeah, it'd be nice to have the ACC records, things like that. But these guys, a lot of these guys are just trying to prep for the end of the year. So they're going out against tough guys. They're putting some guys out that haven't been out maybe much before, get them a little experience, right? So everything that we go through, all the names that we go through, these are just my predictions. These are who I think they're going to have out. I'm never going to tell you guys exactly what I know or not know. This is based off of just knowledge from talking to the guys and having conversations with coaches, and whoever I say is going to be wrestling is not definite. And I'm probably going to say this every episode because someone will wind up saying, well, you said so-and-so is going to wrestle. And I'm not going to fall in that trap. This is me guessing. This is me putting my best foot forward and who I think should be out there for this duel, right? Doesn't mean I'm trying to vie for a coaching spot. I'm just saying this is who I think should be out there. So we're rolling down the road to Blacksburg, I believe, to wrestle Virginia State. Virginia State. I got the Penn State Iowa duel in my brain too, but to wrestle Virginia Tech. I want to note that they're not predicting a very good turnout for us right now as far as the score. They don't think WrestleStat doesn't think we're going to win anything. Every week I'm going to tell WrestleStat that it's probably full of crap somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and say that they're full of crap on the score that I'm looking at. You guys I'm not going to say it because I don't want to jinx it. but I'm calling bull crap on the score they're calling here, because there are some pretty close matches again that are happening. Again, I'm going to give the edge to my guys, man. It doesn't matter if it's Cedeno. It doesn't matter if it's, Hamilton or Burrell. It doesn't matter. Whoever I'm picking, I think that is going to be out there. I'm going to try and give them an edge, right? And no matter what, there are going to be some that I know that it's just going to be a tough match. Hopefully they can come out maybe with a couple extra points than what's on here, and, maybe avoid a major, things like that. But this is really just me going off the top of my head. So I'm going to guess we're going to start at the 125. I don't take forever on these guys, because I want you guys to be able to listen to this, kind of take it in, and then go watch a duel. I know there's a big one. There's Penn State, Iowa, like I said, but I'm going to be watching this one just because they're my guys, right? I'm loyal. So when that stuff happens, when guys like my team is on, I'm going to pick my team over whatever big match is going to be on. I can watch, plenty of people want to watch that, so they'll put it on repeat. I got time to watch that. I want to watch my guys in real time. I want to watch them wrestle. So we're going to go ahead and start at 125, just like we do every week. And wrestle stat right now, I have Cavion Roller, and I'm guessing that they're going to be putting Eddie Ventresca out. I mean, I think the misconception of putting every single good guy, every highly ranked guy out is not necessary at this time of season. I mean, you want to get everybody a workout, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen for what. Certain coaches might be like, yeah, this is our guy, right? But I'm guessing they're going to put Eddie Ventresca out against Cavion Roller. They're separated a little bit in the rankings. Looks like their common opponents they're 0-3 against common opponents. There's a bit of a difference in date when they last wrestled these guys, but they got a 6-4 score. I'm probably going to give Cavion a 1 point kind of on this one, just because the match is that close, and some of the matches that they had against common opponents, the scores were kind of similar. So I'm going to give Roller the edge on this one. They didn't give him the edge on this one. They just gave a decision to Eddie, but I'm going to go 5 for Cavion. That's a wild prediction, right? All of these that I make are wild predictions. So 133, we're going to be looking at Monteperto. I think I'm getting it right, dude. You haven't said anything yet. So if I'm getting it wrong, tell me, because I don't like murdering names. But I'm putting Kyle Monteperto at 133. I'm guessing that they're going to do Connor McGonigal, but they've been kind of consistent with the guys that they have been starting, whereas I know Coach Garland and crew like to kind of mix it up once in a while. And again, illnesses, folks, illnesses. Okay. So I got Monteperto at 133. They're giving the decision of 6-5 to McGonigal. With these close ones, man, I'm going to pull for Monteperto. Honestly, watching last week, that was unfortunate. Like that, to me, that was unlucky. Not something that was supposed to happen, and I don't think it would have happened on any other day, right? Got lucky. Other guy got lucky. So I'm giving Monteperto actually a 2 point on this one. They say 6-5 for McGonigal. I'm going to go with 8-6 for Kyle. That's where I'm going to go. It's hard for me right now. I don't wrap my head around a lot of like how the scoring could be, but that's a random score out of my head just because of 3-point takedowns, stuff like that can change or whatever, escapes and things like that. So, but I'm going to go 8-6 on our guy, Kyle. He's got that one. So far we've got 6. So Wrestle Stack can kiss my butt on that one. 141 is going to be Dylan, my man, Dylan. All these guys are my man, right? I'm going to say it about all of them probably. But Dylan's been showing out quite a bit. I know there's been some tough matches down the road, but he has been kind of on fire here. He does have Sam Latona. Sam Latona's been taking some L's, man. I think Cedeno is going to be able to handle this match. They have a 5-4. Again, a lot of these matches here, guys, are close, right? And it's based off of numbers, and I like numbers. I like hanging out with guys that know numbers. I don't know how to put the numbers together. That's why I use their numbers. Just because it does seem intriguing. I do notice Cedeno's got to win over Kai. This was in 2021, but when you talk about the scores, I mean, that was a 5-4 score, and Latona's he's beaten him twice, and it was also really close. So I'm gonna give Cedeno this one, and I'm gonna go 1 point on it. I'll keep it. They got 5-4, but I'm gonna flip it. Cedeno's gonna get the 5-4. So already we're killing it, right? According to me. But that's fun part. See, and I know these guys have been working hard. Just kind of talking to the coaches and knowing the kind of workouts that they put in and the focus they put in. Again, health is huge. Again, another big reason why we, when Liam was going through the process, why we were impressed with them. Number one, the honesty with coaches. And number two, they do. I mean, it's not to say that there aren't any other coaches out there that don't care, about their kids. I'm just saying these guys, as far as the visits we took, it kind of struck us as the honesty and the care that they have for the athletes. So I know that these guys are trying to take care of these guys, making sure they're healthy. If they see something weird, they're not going to start them. So right now I'm saying Sedano's got this match 5-4. So that was 141. We'll go to 149. We got Jack Geoffrey. I'm most likely, almost positive they're going to start Jack. He's got a tough one, man. It's number one, Caleb Henson. Jack, I'm pulling for you. This is going to be a tough match, right? It's going to take some laser focus. Common opponents, you a couple of losses against common opponents, but again, some of those were a little distant. Some are recent. We can't base, every single thing off that. They're saying 12-2 major decision. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I see Jack Geoffrey giving a little bit more of a fight than that. Instead of a major, I would say, I guess I give Caleb the kind of the advantage of like an 8-2, kind of thing like that. But it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. That's a tough match. And anybody like Jack goes out there, he's going to give it his all. So we'll see exactly what happens with that one, but good luck, Jack, on that one. We'll see what happens. We'll be watching. Then we'll skip right on down to 157. That's Nick Sanko I got in there, and he's possibly going against Rafael Hippolito. Again, I don't know who they're starting. I don't talk to their coaches, but this is my guess. But they got Sanko just on a decision against not Sanko. They didn't pick Sanko. They got Hippolito 10-4. I don't see that. I think I see it. If Hippolito does win, it's not going to be that big of a gap. I'm going to guess that would be like a 5-4 match. If he does win it, but if Sanko does win it, I'm also giving it the 5-4. So I'm going to go Sanko 5-4 on that one. Again, I don't watch these guys. I don't watch Virginia Tech wrestle. I've seen a couple of the matches, like with Ed Scott or things like that, but I don't sit there and do homework on their opponents. Maybe somewhere down the road I will be, and I'll start maybe making predictions like Willie does, because I'm all right at it if I can sit down and really put all the information together. But I'm going based off of a lot of feel, and then also kind of looking at the numbers that these guys have. So I'm going to put Sanko 5-4. Not definite though. This is going to be a tough match too. This is the number 16 guy. They got Sanko at 77. So let's see what we can get out of that one. Weight is 165. Next, we're going to with Nick Hamilton. They have him on a 1-point decision again. A lot of these that they're deciding that way is based off of the common opponents, I believe, in like the losses they took versus the wins that they got against common opponents. This is another 6-5 decision that I'm going to give to Nick. Again, a guy on fire. These guys aren't that far apart in ranking, so I'm definitely going to give this one to Hamilton on this one. But I think a lot of times it boils down to anything, and I've noticed it even with the Virginia, even with my Cavs, it's gas tank. And guys are starting to get a little worked. Don't get me wrong. It's hard, right? You're wrestling college. Stuff's not easy. At the same point, though, too, the gas tank matters. We're working with Liam on that, strength and conditioning, making sure that your fast twitch muscles are good, making sure that you're quick on your feet and not dragging in the third period. And some of these guys, not just Virginia guys, but some of these guys, they're getting a little tired. The workout's a little lighter than usual. Maybe this year, maybe they were sick too. But hopefully everybody's healthy, ready to roll. I know Hamilton's always ready to roll, man. So I'm excited to pull for him on this one. I'm going 6-5 Hamilton. Then on our way down, 174. This is kind of a toss-up for me of who they're going to start. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to go with Murphy. I'm going to say Michael Murphy on this one, and I'm most likely he's going to be facing a Lennox Wolak. Murphy, they got him 14-5 on a major decision. They got him losing 14-5. But I'm hoping he can maybe get a little positive boost coming out of this one here. Number 28 is Wolak. But this could be a tough one. I wouldn't say major, but if he does take the L, I think it was just a decision. So obviously the score is going to be a little different with my outlook. But what do I know, right? I'm just a fan, right? So we got 184. We're gonna go. I'm gonna guess that they're gonna be putting in Griffin Gamble. And Griffin, if I'm getting that wrong as well, just because it could be Gamble, could be Gamel. I don't. Again, guys, message me, tell me, hey, dummy, this is how you pronounce it. Spell it for me like I'm 5, right? Sound it out for me. Griffin Gamble. They have Griffin losing just by decision here, 11-6. Again, the ranking disparity. Obviously, there's gonna be some losses. Griffin, I love you, man, but I'm not going to say 11-6. But if you do take the L, I'm guessing like more of like maybe a 9-6 or 8-6. Fingers crossed, man. Pull it out. I'll tell you this much right now: these guys start pulling out wins versus what I think that they're going to get. Like if I say, "Hey, this is going to be a tough one," kind of thing. If they start pulling the wins out, I'll start putting something on the line. You listening, guys? I haven't figured it out yet because it just popped in my head. These guys start pulling the wins out, these upsets. I'll start doing something. Maybe we'll donate to a cause or something like that when these guys, get big wins, because we want these guys to get just as pumped up about the rest of the season after a loss and everything like that, just as much as we want them to get pumped up about a win, because it's hard. It's a rough sport, man. So Griff, pull the win out, man. Pull it out. But I think TJ might be the one getting this one, but not 11-6. 8-6, maybe a 7-6, a close one like they've been calling the other one. So that's where I'm at on 184. And again, on this one, I'm using WrestleStat, folks. So the numbers, if you haven't been to the website, go to the website. WrestleStat, they got real time, everything. So the numbers are just phenomenal to look at and kind of just compare. So 197. This could also be a toss up of who they put in. It could be either Weatherspoon or Burrell, I think. I don't know if Shula might be a little sick. I know that they've had him at 197 before, but that could be an illness thing. But my biggest guess is they're going to put in Burrell. So that's my boy. Put that little film up, that double leg, dude. If you can get that lined up, if you can move just right and get these guys caught off guard, that double leg, that blast double, forget about it. Keep working that blast double, man. You're gonna start catching guys. We just gotta get a little quicker on our feet and surprise them, right? And watching some of his setups with his double leg, it's from the outside, right? So you definitely those fast twitch muscles have to be there in order to get that shot off from out there. So he's definitely capable. Pull it off, man. Start perfecting that, because man, that is sweet to watch. So I got Burrell 197. They got him getting majored by what I'm guessing is Andy Smith. I'm assuming that's who they're going to start, because I believe that's who they started in the past couple duels anyways. I don't know what he's done in tournaments. Again, I don't watch the opponent. I pay attention to our guys. They got Burrell 0-3 against common opponents, so that kind of puts them a little bit behind the 8 ball. But they got 11-3. Even if Burrell does, he's not going to get majored. I just don't see that. But, things happen. We'll find out, but I got Burrell by just a decision. If he does win, it's going to be close. It would be like a 4-3, maybe a 4-2. But I could see Andy topping him though too. Maybe it's not 11-3, but maybe like a 6-3 or a 6-2 kind of thing. But depends on which Burrell shows up. Maybe just go to work, man. I'm not even trying to guess that you're going to lose. I'm pulling for you, but let's go to work out there and let's show the people what you got. So I got Burrell at 197. Last guy, last weight, 285. I'm going to guess Christensen. I know that he's had some tough breaks over the season. I think he is 1-2 against common opponents against Jim Mullen. Again, rankings are a little the disparity, but I really kind of weighted off of the common opponents and some of the scores that are on it, right? The scores are let's see. Was that Mullen beaten Neves? Nolan Neves. Maybe it's Neves. He beat him, majored him 20-8. And looks like Christensen lost 7-1. So you can see a couple things here and there being a little difficult to be able to get around, but at the same point though, too, I got faith in them. Not trying to beat chests on every single guy, but a lot of these guys, it's watching them work, and knowing what, listening to the coaches and some of the progress that some of these guys have made. They're giving him a tech fall. I don't think he's going to get tech falled. But I think Gabe's going to give a little bit more of a fight than that. It maybe major decision. I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt on this one with just a decision, losing by decision, unfortunately. Sorry, Gabe. Don't hate me, dude. Prove me wrong, man. Prove me wrong. If we start proving guys wrong, like I said, maybe we'll figure out like a charity we can give to a certain amount each upset or something, but let's do that. Let's get something together where when you guys are getting these, I'll donate to something. So let us know your thoughts. Again, I don't watch the opponents. I don't go and watch and, see like how they're wrestling or, I love just the matchups that they do the comparisons against common opponents in here. It's kind of the way that I leave it. Now, like I said, last week was tough. Did not expect to only get one win out of that. That was obviously from the way that the show went. I was expecting much more. So I still expect much more, right? They're my guys. If I expect less, I don't think I should be doing this, right? So never fear. All you Cavs, just because I say that you might be going down in this one does not mean that I don't have faith that you can pull it off, man. Basing this off numbers, right? Feeling, I'm calling every one of you guys a winner, right? That's just the way that I am. I'm loyal. I'm loyal to my guys. I've been loyal to my guys here in Kaukauna the whole time. That's just the way it is. You got to back your guys up, right? And I was talking to a gentleman the other day and kind of asking questions like, what do you think? A little feedback or whatever. I don't want to sound too cheesy when I'm doing the show or whatever. He's like, no, man, it's a Virginia Cavaliers wrestling show, and you're on their side. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to sound too on their sidey. Sometimes you got to give a little guy a little boost in the butt. You got to tell him, hey, get your crap together. Let's do better. But that's not my job, right? That's coach's job. We're here to cheer those guys on and make sure that they're feeling good going into a duel. That having them know that they have a tough match ahead, they know that already, right? They already know they have a tough match, so I'm not going to wail on it and be like, man, you got to really work on this one. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on a couple points. I'm going to guess that they're going to try, a little harder than the last time and put a little extra work in the in-betweens to make sure that they fix some stuff, which these guys are doing that like every day. So, I'd like to stay focused on week to week, and that's kind of what we're doing. Obviously, we know that we have the ACCs coming up, and then NCAAs. So we want to pay attention to a lot of that. I don't know I don't pay attention to the point system yet as far as qualifying. I guess I'll rely on the coaches and just kind of talk to those guys who actually is going to make it kind of thing, into the NCAAs. But what I will do, I think going into the ACCs, we'll start paying attention to each guy. Hopefully when brackets come out, we can kind of talk about brackets and who potential opponents will be through the brackets, things like that. So we want to keep it alive, even going into the end of the season, not just during the duels. So we're going to figure something else out. We'll get a couple of guests on too. I know there's some guys that have messaged me and said they'd be willing to come on. We can talk a little wrestling, talk a little Cavalier. I know some guys are a little more versed in the ACC than I am right now. I'm working on it. I'm a freshman and I'm not redshirting. I'm going in all in, trying to figure out these guys and figure these teams out, especially in the next year and a half here. But so I can have more of a professional style, right? But we have fun doing this. We love watching these guys. We've gotten specific cable networks to specifically watch them. So this is how excited we are about this. It's a fun time right now. We're excited for the future of Virginia Cavalier wrestling as well. Steve Garland and crew are doing a great job. I know that the Virginia Tech team I think they're doing something called 90s night, I believe. Throwback 90s, something, whatever. We'll be donning our bucket hats, our Virginia Cavalier wrestling bucket hats in honor of 90s, like Cypress Hill type 90s. That's kind of how I remember the bucket hat, where it really low. I can't remember the guy's name from the group, but he was one of the guys from Cypress Hill that wore the same type of bucket hat. So I'm wearing my bucket hat for that day because that's 90s. So to me, that's just how old I am. You guys might not know it if you're younger than me, but bucket hats are kind of big with some guys back then. So it should be a fun night. We'll see how packed they can get the house there at Virginia Tech. They call it I'm going to look it up, but see, again, I'm a redshirt freshman here for this stuff. but there's a specific name to it, and you guys can lambaste me for not knowing it because I am a fan. But we're just going down the road. So it's going to be a fun duel. Again, this is all building blocks going into the end of the season here. So watching and seeing the progress that these guys are making is more important to me than really kind of holding feet to fire when it comes to, outcomes of matches and things like that. So we're having fun watching. These guys have been nothing but gracious to us, and welcoming to us as far as allowing me to do this, allowing me to, do things for the guys that someone else maybe wouldn't do. We're willing to give back to guys that we're loyal to, and those guys have been pretty cool back to us. So we really appreciate those guys. It's always a fun time. Again, if you are close, don't subscribe to anything, go to the duel. And we're going to say this after every show. It doesn't matter. Go to the duel, get loud. I don't care if you're a Virginia Tech fan. I don't care if you're a Cavalier fan. Go watch these guys face to face in the gym, student body. Guys, if any of you guys from the team are listening, get your friends to the duel. Get the students there. To me, that is the biggest marketing sell. And we've talked about this with other guys. A student section is missing, right? A student section is missing from all these duels. You get a couple of them that have a pretty ruckus crowd or whatever, with the student section being pretty loud, right? We need every university to get their student section packed and loud, right? So the more we can get these students in, along with the parents and all the other rabid fans that are there, this is going to create traction for these guys. We don't need more Cleveland States in the world being cut and not having them. So get to the duel. If you can't, by all means, get on TV, watch it, post about it, right? Man, this guy got a great fall. He got a great takedown. Post about it. Put it out there for people to see that you're excited about wrestling, because that then excites other people about wrestling. Trust me, it does. No matter what someone else says, because they think there's some analytical marketing guru, it works, right? It gets attention to it. Whatever we can do to get the eyeballs on any program that's out there, I don't care if it's Virginia Tech. I don't care if it's Virginia. I don't care if it's Penn State, Iowa, whatever it is. All these guys matter. These teams matter. That's why we love fighting for our guys, the Cavaliers. So with that being said, it's been, I don't know, about 26 minutes. It doesn't take long to go through these now. So we'll start maybe adding a little bit more into this. Maybe the next round for the next duel, we'll get someone on next week that can sit down with us and kind of maybe talk about the duels or talk about the opponents a little bit more, and kind of expound on some things. Maybe just have fun with it, do whatever we feel like doing, because it's my show. So that's just how we do it. So we are going to end it on that note, but we also want to thank you guys for listening. Please, if you have anything, email visionquestpodcastoriginal@gmail.com. You can email us there with suggestions. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on Twitter for now. I don't care if you call it X, I call it Twitter. I'm 46. It was Twitter in the beginning. I'm calling Twitter now. We're on Twitter. Okay. Message us. Let us know if there's something you want to see, something maybe you want us to add to the show that you think would be interesting. By all means, man, reach out, let us know, because we're all about doing this for the fans too. If you're a Cavs fan, we're definitely going to heed to whatever you think, right? We're going to pay attention. Other fans are going to pay attention too, but when it's about this specific show, we're going to be a little pickier. But we appreciate everybody that's listening. So by all means, any comments, suggestions, just let us know. We're not so closed-minded that we don't accept any kind of criticism or anything like that. Keep it nice. Just let us know. You're not going to be yelling or saying something sucked or whatever, but no, you can tell me it sucked. That's fine. But we enjoy every minute. We love doing this, but we wish nothing but the best to the Cavs on the road. Yeah, that's about it, man. We're going to end it there. So everybody, if you haven't had the chance to yet, go check out the visionquestpodcast.com. It's just visionquestpodcast.com. Check it out. All of our shows are on there. We got some gear for Lyric Hetzer on there. And eventually we'll get some more gear on there as well. But right now we're just kind of trying to raise some money for some of our athletes. And then we'll have some more on there eventually. But get to go to visionquestpodcast.com and check out other shows. You'll see the other episodes of this up on there too. But otherwise, head to Spotify. That's where this all gets uploaded for just an audio version of the podcast. But we appreciate everybody listening, man. And we hope you guys come back next week.
All of our episodes are brought to you by Appleton Tattoo, located at 117 South Appleton Street in Appleton, Wisconsin, right off the main drag on College Avenue. You can't miss them. I've had some work done. I have a Celtic cross that covers my back that was done by Jason. We're not done yet. Jason Winans and crew, the artists that he have there, those guys are the best in the Fox Valley. They are definitely one to go to if it's something that you've just been kind of throwing around. They'll make you feel comfortable. It's a very clean environment, very nice crew, and very willing to get done whatever you need done when you need it done. You can message them on Facebook. I know they're on Facebook. You can give them a call at 920-604-8289 and get in touch with Jason Winans and crew at Appleton Tattoo, located again in Appleton, Wisconsin at 117 South Appleton Street, right in Appleton. Very flexible hours, great crew, clean environment again. I would not send you anywhere else except for these guys. Appleton Tattoo.